I'm sorry, I know I haven't retired, but I ended up quitting.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Huh?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Tom. I'm a terrific middle-aged man who wants to live all in for my wife. However, I had spent 40 years at the company struggling as a sales assistant, so I pulled myself together with a vow to turn things around and put all my effort into improving. But the new sales rep that I support has accidentally placed an order-made product, and our client ended up complaining badly. The massive negative expenses, $45,000 from the mistaken order, $2,000 for retrieval, and $500,000 in late penalty owed to the client company were more than enough to crush my motivation. The company protected me, but it would have been a huge error I couldn't have argued if they were to make me liable for it. This was my fault. I shall quit. I'm sorry, I know I haven't retired, but I ended up quitting. I decided to talk to my wife about my mistake, and hearing her husband tell her the terrible error, Samantha didn't get upset or depressed. She had a smile on her face as she listened.
I see. Thank you for telling me. 20 years ago, when I fell sick and needed help, you never hesitated to choose to support me. Your promotion was at stake during that time, but you decided to protect me, even if it meant jeopardizing your career.
Of course I would do that. There's nothing I want to gain by leaving you behind. But that's a different subject. I'm so sorry to cause you trouble.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Huh? Happy, but I ended up quitting my job.
I know that.
Don't you want to yell at me for this? Aren't you questioning why I couldn't just live with it?
You've held in a lot.
What?
You've been trying hard enough.
No, Samantha, that's not okay.
What's not okay?
You're spoiling me.
You're too strict on yourself.
Well,
It sounds like you're regretting what you've done, but there aren't many people who are as talented as you are.
I'm sorry, Samantha. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
You'll find out soon enough, so just give yourself some time. So don't look at yourself as anyone lesser, and please take a nice time to rest. Soon enough, it'll be time for us to execute.
Time for us to execute?
I'm not letting them get away with this. Trouble Busters.
A month later... Oh, no! We're terribly sorry. We're so very sorry. The paperwork error is entirely our fault. We'll handle it immediately, right away, as fast as possible.
Please, don't say you're ending the business relationship. Could you possibly reconsider just one more time?
Even a saint has their limits. This is the third time, and there have been far too many careless mistakes. I have no interest in doing business with a company like yours.
That was the 15th company. Why? What's going on right now?
The newer team members are making a lot of terrible mistakes. This never happened when Tom used to be with us. What? Seriously? Was that how Tom was talented? Mr. Hubert! Oh, Stanton, our #1 sales representative at our company. We need your help. What? Are you asking me to help you? You're the one to help me. Well, I wish I could do that, but...
Why didn't you stop Tom from resigning?
That's right. I'm only finding out now that he was talented. If he was so great at what he did, he should have said. Yes, he has. No, he didn't. I don't recall him saying anything to me.
Tom's talent wasn't anything you should have needed him to tell you.
Well, I'm not a psychic, so I wouldn't have known unless he spoke up about it. You should have known if you watched how he works. What? Really?
It's all thanks to Tom's support that major deals go through. He handles things like proposal documents, meeting materials, negotiation prep, and even the closing.
I honestly thought all of the credit belonged to our company's proud Three Musketeers of Sales. I figured they were just that good.
Stop calling us the Three Musketeers just because there are 3 of us. It's embarrassing.
The real credit goes to him behind the scenes.
Oh, He ran.
Where do you think you're going? Whoa! Wait, what? That's a lot of missed calls. Hello? Oh, you finally picked up my call! Tom, your position is going to be reinstated here! I know you haven't found a new job yet, so I need you to get here as soon as possible! Hey, what's the matter? It sounds like you're flustered quite badly, huh? Well, I just thought I could save you as soon as possible. Okay. You know, Tom, you can only work as a sales assistant, right? Oh, you're saying I can only work as a sales assistant, huh? It sounds like you're underestimating me. I know that I'm right. I've been trying my best to save you in any way possible. Oh, save me, huh? You mean save yourself, no? What? You're joking, right? The sales department is performing terribly ever since I left the company. Huh? I already know that you're the cause of that disaster. What? How do you know this when you're currently unemployed? You would wonder, huh? No! Just stop saying weird things and come here so we can process your reemployment. Sure, I'll go to the office. Right? I knew you was struggling. You should also watch how you behave, too. You're the one to watch how you behave. I'll be there as soon as I get ready. Okay. Yes, please.
It seems like things are finally getting started.
Yeah.
Now, let's go.
Okay. What? Is a Solid World Night Audit and Supervisory Committee member? Tom? What the heck is an Audit and Supervisory Committee? For whom? For me? Thank you very much for sparing your time to be here today.
It's an urgent and important matter for Garrison Corporation. Even this was somewhat late.
Huh? A CEO? Oh, hello, Hubert. Will you please gather the board members in our main meeting room? Our board members? You're making this a big deal!
You had 30 companies terminate their contracts with your company within a matter of 1 month. How is this not a big deal?
What? Solid World Night, not executive director? I believe that's the company you must never turn into an enemy, because an outside director appointed by a fund that holds a large share of Garrison Corporation stock sits on its board. And why is Tom's wife representing Solid? What's going on? Oh, by the way, Hubert. Yes, sir. What is it? I'd like you to attend the meeting, too. What? Why would I be asked to join when I'm not a board member?
We'd like to discuss the cause of all the terminations that have been going on from your perspective.
Me? Are you sure?
Sure.
Our company will end if we don't resolve and prevent further companies from terminating their contracts with us. I feel like the meeting is going to end me before the company ends itself. This is bad. I could only foresee myself being in trouble for this.
My husband told me a lot about you, Mr. Hubert.
Sure. Mr. Tom has always helped me out when he used to work here.
I see. However, this time it will be quite challenging.
May I ask what you mean by that?
I'm requesting your attendance because I'd like to discuss that matter with you.
I see. What do I do? But hold on, it's not like I was told that I did anything bad. The direct cause was from the newer employees, and that's a fact. I'm gonna figure out as many ways to get out of this trouble while we're walking to the meeting room so I can shut them out. The reason I asked you to come today is none other than this. To cut to the point, Mr. Hubert, could you please explain why, in recent years, you have clearly assigned people unsuited for sales to the sales department? Isn't that just your opinion? I've reviewed all the resumes and interview records of the new graduates over the most recent 3 years. What? But you already quit! Why do you have the right to— Hubert! Mr. Tom is now a member of our audit committee. The role of the Audit and Supervisory Committee among the board members is to monitor whether I, as the representative director, exercise power excessively and to ensure that the company's management and policies are appropriate and adaptable.
To put it simply, our job is to ensure that Mr. Inglewood doesn't do anything bad.
In that case, why am I here? I'm not the CEO. What I want to question you about in this matter is the appropriateness of your decision. You're the one who has the authority over departmental assignments, correct? But our CEO has the final authority. We know that. What I can say is that I approved the staffing decisions based on trust in your judgment, and that is why I called you here. Don't you think that's irresponsible for you to say? If only you were more cautious about... Stop switching the subject. Why do I have to be scolded by Tom like this? What we want to know is this one thing. On what grounds or reasoning did you assign a new graduate, clearly mismatched for the sales department, to that position?
The reasoning behind that decision exists only within you, which is precisely why we're asking you now.
I understand the reason now, but I don't understand the logic. What? Why is it that you, who until recently were employed by this company, are now serving as an outside director and questioning me from that position? Isn't this an attempt to bring me down based on personal motives? Hubert, you better stop. I did once reprimand your assistant in sales, but that was entirely for the good of the company, and there was not a shred of personal bias involved. Solid World Knight is the company appointed as an outside director by Garrison Corporation's shareholders, correct? And isn't it true that Tom became an outside director by leveraging the fact that his wife holds a board position at Solid World Knight? Isn't this action being driven by resentment or a personal grudge? You're completely wrong. With what supporting evidence? Of course I have supporting evidence. Over the past 3 years, the assignment of new graduates to the sales department has clearly been a mismatch based on their resumes and interview records and lacks any sense of appropriateness. That's just your feedback. Stop being rude, Hubert. He's the one who's being rude. This guy is trying to criticize my work based on their personal grudge. And of course I'm upset about that. You're getting too upset over it. Please calm down.
Rather than being emotional, we are speaking with you because the responsibility lies with you for the damages caused by the mismatched personnel assignments.
That's exactly why I'm saying it's absurd that Tom, who's never served as president or held any comparable role, is the one occupying that position. It was just with a personal connection, right? I guess you have no argument because you know that I'm right. You quit on your own, but you snitched to your wife so you could take revenge, huh? Don't you feel pathetic trying to look the other way from how terrible you were as a worker? What's wrong with personal connections? Huh? You're being defiant.
Thanks for throwing a boomerang.
Well, I'd say that connections can be considered a form of talent as long as they're utilized correctly. Your inexplicable personnel assignments have caused trouble for our clients, your company, the shareholders who fund it, and the young employees in the sales department themselves. I recently served as a sales assistant in your company, and I joined the Audit and Supervisory Committee to help set things right. Do you really believe there's any personal motive behind that? But it's an external direction we're talking about. Considering your former career, you're pretty much skipping.
You don't understand, do you?
What?
There are certainly individuals who are well suited to serve as outside directors. However, speaking strictly, as long as the following conditions are met, the appointment of an outside director can be approved if Mr. Inglewood gives his consent.
What conditions are you talking about?
The individual is not an executive director of the company or its subsidiaries. The individual has not been an executive officer of the company or its subsidiaries within the past 10 years. The individual is not an officer of the company's parent company. The individual is not a director of the company's subsidiaries or sister companies. The individual is not a relative or employee of any officers or managers of the company. Because there is a high likelihood of close ties with the company's internal affairs, individuals who have previously served as executive directors are considered unsuitable. From the perspective of independence, officers of the parent company, who may slightly influence management, are also disqualified. Similarly, executive directors of sister companies may have close relationships with the company through the parent company, potentially exerting internal influence. Therefore, even if there are no capital or business ties, spouses and relatives within the second degree of kinship of such individuals are also ineligible. This is because they may not be able to maintain independence from internal company intentions and opinions.
Does that mean I'm an outside director who isn't tied down by any of those conflicts of interest mentioned just now? Damn it, but that's just your wife's connection. Enough with the nepotism talk already. What, am I a baker or something? Damn it.
All of this is fully compliant with the Companies Act, and there is nothing to hide.
That's right! I'm sorry to say this when you're too desperate about switching the subject, but our role is to review whether your actions were justified and to clarify where the cause lies. You gotta be kidding me! If they were to clarify where the cause lies, they'll move on to clarifying where the responsibility lies! I'll never be promoted if my misconduct were to be revealed at this meeting! This guy is such a pain in the neck!
Never do anything bad. Don't you agree? Now, shall we begin?
Mr. Tom, I've respected you from the bottom of my heart. Damn it, I can't run from this. Someone please help me. If I were to be honest and tell you the truth, will you forgive what I've done? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Do you realize how many people you caused trouble for the sake of your greed? But we haven't lost any manpower, and as you are aware, Mr. Tom resigned voluntarily. Why are you snapping back at us? I wasn't trying to, but if you were to let me give an excuse, I just didn't want to decide based solely on looking at the resume or the interview records. I wanted to bring in some fresh talent to our team. Your excuse is as lousy and late as a tempura that's thrown onto a ready-to-eat bowl of noodles. Even if you were telling the truth, it would have been your job to reassign the team members who weren't fit to work for their current assigned departments. That's right, but... As a member of the Audit and Supervisory Committee, I hereby demand an immediate review of personnel assignments. Please guarantee that I'll be okay before I acknowledge that. I was being honest with you. So what if you were honest? The president is already aware of this matter, and I'm about to present my statement to the shareholders. Yikes! Does that mean that the shareholders will hear about my misconduct?
That's right.
Oh, please don't do that. If you were to do that, I would never get promoted for the rest of my career. That's up to you how hard you work down the road.
You should be grateful that you're still keeping your job.
You guys said that you'd forgive me as long as I'm honest about it. No one said that. Why are you forgiving yourself before anyone else forgives you? This is the reason why others can't feel that you're sorry for anything at all. I'll say I'm sorry, but I just need a guarantee. Oh, please don't demote me. I want a promotion. Or, since it isn't fair for me to be the only one getting in trouble, you'd better put all the new employees for not being able to generate results for us. You're not entitled to say that. We'll handle those struggling kids' emotional distress on our end. What about my emotional distress? This isn't fair. I'm truly disappointed to see your true side. You were one of our company's most promising talents, rising quickly at a young age. If you had stayed on the right path, we would have considered you for an executive position. So this failure is truly disappointing. Also, we're going to have you partially liable for the $45,000 from the mistaken order, $2,000 for retrieval, and $500,000 in late penalties owed to the client company. Of course, legally. In regards to whether the claim would be legitimate or not, you can leave it up to me, since I'm a member of the Audit and Supervisory Committee. Oh, no! Thus, my first role as an outside director and audit committee member came to an end. Afterwards, thanks to Mr. Inglewood's swift actions and improvements, the company managed to recover to its original state. However, the cost of the process to bring those losses back to zero was significant, casting a dark shadow over this year's sales. Unable to escape the reality and its consequences, Hubert became self-conscious of others' eyes and resigned voluntarily, seemingly running away, despite the fact that finding a job in this recession was extremely difficult. I'm an elite! Don't you dare hire me unless you're ready to assign me as an assistant manager at the least!
Okay, good for you. Oh, a terrible candidate that you'd hardly ever see nowadays.
Meanwhile, I'm thriving both professionally and personally. Although my spouse and I took a bit of a detour in life, we're now striving to make it a life we can proudly say was worth the detour.
Tom, there's suspicious activity at DQ Corporation. Can I have you urgently look into their company?
Yes, ma'am. Trouble Busters.